Okay. We're just waiting a little bit until people have the chance to check in. And I see if I can find Erika. She's joining this talk today, and I'm super excited to have her as our, here she is. Let's see. Hello. Hi.
Hello. Do you see me?
Yes, I see you. You can hear me, so the connect.
How are you? I see I'm a little dark though. Let's see if I can get a little better light here, you know.
Yeah. You look beautiful. Seems
Thank
like
you.
we both have somehow the same background a little bit. Looks like you're at somewhere at nature outside.
I am. I'm outside Barcelona in a lovely summer house and having a great time. Where are you?
I'm here in Greece, Limnos, and back there is the Kite Beach. So yeah, I spend my time in the water and outside, and yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, just let's wait a little bit longer until everyone can check in, and then we will give this short intro.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay, so my name is Julia Dulmowitz. I'm the co-founder of Remind, and I welcome everyone back to our social media channel. We are excited to have you, and I'm so looking forward to this talk today with Erika. And Erika Lust is an award-winning Swedish indie movie producer and director, and there's so many things to say about you. And you're living in Barcelona right now, and I'm so happy to have you with me on this talk. And yeah, please give a little bit of an intro of yourself, because most know you as an erotic movie producer, and I want to ask you, is this fair? I mean, can we just hear a little bit about what is the passion behind it? What inspires you? Or does only people, when they hear Erika Lust, they just, how is that feeling? I'm just interested to know your side about it, and just tell us a little bit about yourself, about this production, what inspires you.
Well, I am an erotic filmmaker. I made my first movie 2004, and it's kind of a long story why and how it all started, but it has to do with me growing up, becoming a young adult, feeling that I was exploring with my own sexuality, and I came across pornography. And I did like the idea of watching explicit images, but at the same time, I had this feeling that I didn't really connect with what I was watching. There was lack of female characters that I could connect with, that I felt had to do with myself and my life and my friends and people around me. It felt to me like most of the characters that were presented in adult entertainment were there to entertain the men. We're there to give pleasure, but not really to experience their own pleasure and their own kind of journey and agency around sexuality. So that was something that I started to think about more and more and more. And when I was talking to friends around me, I realized that most of my male friends had a very easy time just watching pornography and enjoying it and having a good time and not thinking much about it. But most of my female friends, they had a similar feeling to mine, that something was lacking for us, that we couldn't really enjoy it the way we would like to enjoy it. So those ideas kind of grow on me, and as life kind of happened, and I moved down to Barcelona and I started to work. I had studied political science, so I came from a completely different career actually, but I was always, very, very into trying to understand the world we live in and the structures that's out there and the power structures.
Yeah.
And gender studies had been one of my kind of awakening moments at university. And then I moved down to Barcelona and I started to work in the film industry. As
So how was the start for you at the beginning, stepping into this, into Lust production? How was it as a entrepreneur, like starting with
well,
your business?
that kind of happened little by little, and years kind of later, because at first I started to work as an assistant in production, really. I was doing quite a lot of advertisement and television and some action movies and stuff like that. And and I had always been, a huge film fan. I loved cinema, but I had never thought that I was going to be able to work in it. It was my passion. Film was
What
my
inspired
passion.
you most about film production?
Well, about film, everything. I mean, it's just, for me, it's how you get into a whole different world, how you understand other people and situations, and I wanted to learn myself how to make it. So I got myself into film school and started to learn the craft, and then I had an opportunity to make a short film. And on that note, I decided, when I sat down and I started to think about what I wanted to do, I realized that I wanted to try to do something that had to do with sensuality, female sexuality. And I said to myself, why not try to make it explicit and see what happens,
Yeah.
So I did that, and I
And
made
you
this
became
little
very,
short film.
very successful.
But back then it wasn't, it wasn't really a company, of course. It was just, just me as a person doing a short film, not knowing exactly what to do with it. But then this was 2004, and internet had kind of started to get to a velocity where you could actually show video, because before that it was very complicated. So I started my little blog online, erikalust.com, where I started to write about feminism and sexuality and filmmaking and all of this that was my big passions. And then I put up my little film there for free, and in just a few weeks I had people coming by. I had millions of downloads, and I was stunned. I was completely kind of, what is happening? I can't believe this.
How was this feeling? Oh my God, I can't imagine. Like,
no, it was
from one day to the next day, it was just like, boom.
Totally exciting. And people were writing to me and they were saying, hey, Erika, I love what you are doing. When are you going to make more? Please make more, we want to see more. And that's really how the idea came by to start a career and a company and make something out of this. And then together with my partner Pablo, who is my husband today, we thought, here is an opportunity to kind of to make a production company and to start a line of work and make a difference out there.
Yeah, that's what we all can feel. So, and I also I know that you moved from Barcelona, from the city, out to the nature. Does it help you to reconnect to yourself more? And also, how does the connection to yourself helps you to connect to your partner, and also to feel like even more connected in sensuality?
I think all of us kind of do, in a sense, when we are in more contact with nature. I think that during the lockdown, when we were locked in for weeks and weeks, we all had a feeling that we needed to go out, get out more. And I definitely felt like when we were let out again, that I wanted to take my family outside the city, the first thing I could do. And basically since then we've been living outside the city, jumping to different houses around through the summer. But living outside in nature, having access to a forest and to the Mediterranean, it really, really, really helps. And I think it has made us somehow feel alive again. I know that I feel much more relaxed now, because
Yeah.
I think that the lockdown was really stressful, more stressful than what we thought at the beginning.
So what do you think about connecting through the breath with other people? Because for us, it seems like it's somehow the new hug because we're not allowed to. And
uh, I
somehow
love
it feels like, oh, yeah.
I love that idea. No, I think, I mean, I work with sexuality and sensuality, and I know that breathing is one of the resources we have to connect with our own body and with our own
Is there a breathing
pleasure.
routine you do? Is there a breathing routine which you use?
Well, I try to breathe the first thing I do in the morning, kind of when I get up, and maybe I drink a glass of water, and then I go out on the balcony, or if I don't have a balcony, even open a window and just trying to take 4 big breaths to get the air into the system. I think it's one of the best wake up calls that we have. And if I have access to water, because in Barcelona I have an apartment close by the sea, then one of the things I do when I can is getting down to the beach and getting into the water all year around. I love to do it, even if it's winter and
Yeah,
it's really cold, but still it's the way of waking
so
up
fresh.
your whole body and feeling that presence.
That's beautiful. One more question I have for you is, so when you're leading us through the breathing session, is there something special you connect, because everyone is sharing like just a present moment and the vibe? Is there something you visualize, or is it just the feeling of you which you're sharing with us?
I think it depends a lot on the day and the mood that you're in. Normally, if I have something in particular that is worrying me or that I want to put energy into, I try to concentrate on those things specifically. If I don't have anything in particular that I'm thinking about, then what I'm trying to do when I do a briefing session is just trying to connect to kind of to the world, to the universe, to other energies that are out there, trying to just have that that
Yeah, we are
feeling
so
of
excited to experience your session in just 45 minutes on the app.
yes.
So it will be there. And yeah, I can feel already your energy. So it's so good.
I'm
And
kind of a bubbly person,
yeah, yeah.
and sometimes
So only
when I'm
sometimes we need
getting
you.
into this moments of breathing, I really have to concentrate and take it down a notch, so I can relax on a more
Yeah.
integral level.
We talked a lot about success until now because you're such an inspiring woman and successful woman. But did you experience like also failure in your life, or was it just like an amazing start up there?
No, 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 no. There's lots of failure on the line, of course, and I mean the
How did
road
you
is
overcome the challenges?
I guess that's what we all have to do. And when you tell a story shortly, it sounds many times like, oh my God, I made a film, I put it out there, and everybody loved it. That's just, you know, the quick version kind
I
of
know sometimes I
of
have
the
the feeling,
story.
like I got sometimes the feeling people think like you wake up in the morning and then you have won an Olympic gold medal. But there is a long journey of disappointment and failure and tears and
And
actually
hours of
so many
practice.
more failures than success, right? And it's for me, it was always the journey, experiencing the journey and the inner growth towards the vision and the goals. So I'm sure you experienced many of those things. Maybe you
and
can tell
and
us like
definitely like ups
about it.
and downs on the way. You know, there were many times in the beginning where I was thinking, this is not working, this is not going anywhere, that even if people like the work I'm doing, I'm not able to really, you know, thrive and earn money on it. That was obviously difficult to put together, kind of the company structure. I think
I'm
I think
struggling with that right now. Just stepping into entrepreneurship. So for me, it's all new. So for sure, you are a role model for me.
and it's
So,
patience. I mean, you done it in your career, obviously, and entrepreneurship is the same thing. It's staying in there and knowing what's your goal and what you want to do, and then accepting, I guess, the difficulties that shows up on the way.
how can you find the trust in yourself and in your vision? Is this because that's I think a powerful, like very important theme to talk about it, because sometimes you say, okay, you know, sure, I trust in myself, but do you really trust in yourself? I mean, it's so difficult, or at least for me sometimes, to really deeply feel this trust that this is just happening and universe is just moving the pieces together.
I know that this is something that especially many young women are struggling with. Somehow it's difficult to listen to that inner voice and uh, to feel that you have a space and a place in this world and that your vision matters. I think that as young women, we are brought up somehow to be good girls and to be servants to so many other people around us. We all know that women are taking on so much of the emotional labor in a family and even in their workplaces. Um, and I think that what I also see sometimes when I'm doing interviews with people is that a woman who, you know, maybe has been studying French for years and years in school, she comes into an interview and you ask her what languages she speaks, and she's like, and you know, a little French, but it's not like I'm fluent or anything. And then you have a guy coming in with another self-confidence, and it's like he went to France for, you know, 2 weeks some summers ago, and he comes in and he's like, yeah, I speak French, I can do anything, you know, and they have somehow that confidence in themselves. So I think that as women, I worked a lot with the philosophy of fake it till you make it. It's kind of, you know, just
Yeah.
take it in, and try kind of to create this kind of alter ego of yourself that is
Yeah.
more of a superhero than what you feel that you are actually. And if you let her take over, she will
Yeah.
take you there.
I know. Like I think we're so powerful, so strong. We just need to connect and follow our intuition. So for my strategy is always like when I'm getting fearful, or you know, sometimes it's just this inner fear.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is a huge vision. I have no idea if I really can make this happen, right? So then I tell myself all the time, like, okay, fear, I love fear because it helps me to grow. And for me, the strategy is to imagine, okay, now I make 2 steps forward and I'm not making a step back. And only to think about this gets me out of the fear. So I think it's very important to just have something in the mind to how you can react, that you're not, not just saying, okay, I feel fear now, I need to step back. Actually, I think fear is an action call for us, inner fear, to step forward. And that's why it's so amazing what you do. And we are so excited to see you on our app in just 40 minutes. It was already 20 minutes talk with you. I know we could go on like forever. It's so interesting. And we are all so excited to breathe with you, to experience your vibe on our app. And I just can, everyone on this Insta Live, please check out Last Production and see the beautiful work which Erika is doing, and get inspired. And to all the women, let's make the step forward and just being
face our
ourselves.
fears.
Facing our fears. And I can't wait to talk more to you, hopefully in one of our next sessions, something like next month. And so thank you so much for being with us and sharing your light, your vision, your vibe, everything. And we are excited to just be with you. And see you soon. I hope I see you soon in Barcelona, and we can chat
when we're able to travel again.
when we're able to travel again. And I wish everyone beautiful evening, and see you soon here on this channel. Lots of love
Kisses
here
to
from me.
you.
Bye.
Let's breathe together in a little while.
That's the next. Bye.
See you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.